Well, she's going to be picked up within an hour. I'll be sorry to see her gone. But I thought after I talked to the owner that I'd make a couple final videos on my tips for the bike. And because it's so old, when you start it on these bikes, the brake has to be pulled in. Okay, on the better bikes, they have what's called a brake lock. And it's this little chrome piece in here, right in here. So what you do is you pull on the brake and the lock, and that locks it in place so that it hits a switch that allows the bike to go on. It's a safety feature. Then what you do is you want to put it on run, of course, and then you want to hit your starter after you have your key on, and you don't want to give it any gas at all. The electric choke will take care of it. It runs pretty good for 20, it will idle a bit high for 20 or 30 seconds, and then the electric choke closes. So the extra gas it's given the carburetor stops, and the regular idle circuit takes over. So then what happens is the bike starts to idle at its factory setting, which is low. But while it's on its factory setting, especially in this cold weather, you can't gun it a lot. You have to just, because it may die, you have to baby the engine and let it warm up. Best way to do it is to put it on run, start the motor, and you don't want to use the switch any more than about 5 seconds, 5-6 seconds, because it has a bypass circuit in it which sends direct current right to the starter, which is a little tiny dealie in here, about the size of a battery, a big D battery, or a little bit twice the size of a D battery. And if you run the starter too long, you can burn it up, and you don't want to do that because it'll overheat it. So you just want to start it, let it sit, let it warm up. After it starts, it'll run high for 30 seconds or 40 seconds. Then it'll start to go down to its normal idle revolutions. And then as it warms up, the bike surges a little bit. I mean, the RPMs go up and down a little bit. And also there is a little bit of noise in the crankcase right here. It's nothing to be worried about. It's the starter unit right in here that it makes a little noise in the case. But they all do that. But when you get here, I'll explain everything. Everything's been cleaned out, gone over, that I could get at. Except I haven't, it may need a valve adjustment, which they do that normally after about 3,000 or 4,000 miles, usually after a year or two, but not 22 years. But for not having a valve adjustment, it works fine for how old it is. They were never designed to last 21, 22 years. They were designed to last about 10 years and about 15,000 miles, and that's it. So you have to remember that everything on this bike, all the plastics, all the rubber, all the tires, everything is 22 years old, and it was never designed to do that. Everything may look beautiful in shape, like new, but over the years, just like you get in a new car and there's new car smell, that is your upholstery evaporating. So the plastics become brittle. And that's why we have a problem with the seat up here. Oh, on the seat, let me make another video.